Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm really excited to meet you and thank you for stopping by. So I had an event planned for tonight that was recently canceled, but in 2026 I'm trying to push myself and go out more. So I'm still going to get ready and I'm still going to take myself out somewhere. I don't know where, but we'll see. And then I have a huge sweet tooth, so I'm probably going to get myself some dessert. But in this video, I'm going to chit chat while I get ready. And then also I am going to explain a little bit more about why I came back on YouTube after years of being off YouTube, what the purpose of this channel will be for it, like the hope of this channel, what I hope it will be, who I'm really trying to target on this channel, and just a little bit about myself. And then if I am able to get some footage of me going out, I will show that as well. So I do this thing where when I name what's going on for me, it helps with the anxiety a bit. So I keep touching my hair because I'm a bit anxious, but that will be fine. Okay, so if you're new here, I got on YouTube. I got on YouTube a couple of years ago, and I love editing videos. I'm in my blurb section that explains what my YouTube channel is about. I pretty much share I am a quirky Black Christian woman who loves editing videos, and I really experience life visually. I'm a huge visual learner. That's kind of how I studied through college, grad school. I drew things out. So I am able to express my emotions far more easier through a visual context as opposed to orally. It's definitely harder for me to express myself talking. I stumble on my words a little bit, so when I'm able to show something, it's just easier for me. So I got on YouTube a couple of years ago because I love making videos, and also I'm really big into mental health. So that is my profession, that is what I do, and I love working with women and young children. So I wanted to also create a platform for women and young children in that capacity as well, to help and assist them, and also just to create a support group for young girls who are going through changes. They might be going changes in their body, with their hormones, changes with how they view themselves. There's developmental stages. When I was in grad school, we studied Erikson stages of development that adolescent children normally go through. So there is a stage called identity and role confusion, where that's really the teenage years. People are going into people are going into it's a lot of the times we call it moody teenagers, but they have a reason kind of to be moody. There's a lot of hormonal changes. Their body is changing. They're trying to figure out who they are. They're trying to understand all these things, and it's really scary because one day you wake up and you just start wondering, who am I? And the even scarier thing is you think that's going to stop when you get older, and it doesn't. It does not stop. I do not have a stand, and I'm using something. I'm using a pseudo stand to make this work. But if you saw my previous video, I'm doing my very simple makeup routine because I am a woman that has some stimuli aversions and I just don't like the feel of makeup on my face. So I have devised a very simple makeup routine that helps me to look a little bit more put together when I hate the feeling of makeup on my face. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that video, go ahead and watch it. What are you waiting for? But yeah, so I love talking to specifically young girls and women who need to feel seen, need a place to feel like they can be themselves, especially in a society that often tells them how to look, how to dress, how to behave. So that's always kind of been my community and who I really wanted to service. That's like my passion. That is why I feel like I was created and placed on this planet, and so that's what I want to do. That is what I'm doing. So when I got on YouTube a couple of years ago, I was actually completing my master's degree, which was a lot of work. And I just really wasn't in the headspace to manage my YouTube channel, nor was I in the headspace to be authentically myself on YouTube. So I got off YouTube and I stopped editing, and I fully thrust myself into my education so that I can finish. And I'm really, really proud to say that I graduated summa cum laude with high honors. So it was a really, really hard experience because you're experiencing, like in this field, you're experiencing trauma on a daily, weekly basis. You're meeting people at their lowest point, and you have to stay grounded and stay open to help them. So it's really tough. So yeah, that's what I was doing. And I couldn't really be myself on YouTube. Believe it or not, it was actually really hard for me to show my face. I was just, I was a bit socially anxious. I had a lot of self-doubts. There's a lot going on, and I got off YouTube. So, I always tell people you kind of know what you're supposed to do in life because it's almost like this nagging thing that doesn't leave. Even when you try to ignore it, when you try to just move on with your life, it just consistently nags you like, nope, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So it was something that I tried to forget about, and it was hard to forget about my love for making videos and my love for experiencing the world visually. And also I care so deeply about women and young girls and children, and I just wanted to make a space for them. So years later, I decided to come back on. Okay, so a lot of social media has changed, where a lot of the content is short form, like reels, shorts, and my style is more long form, as you can see. So that's also tough because I don't really do a lot of short form videos, but we'll see. But what is the purpose of this space? So it is so hot. It is so hot. But the purpose of this space is, again, I want to create a community where women can come and be their authentic self and not feel judged, and be quirky and weird and know that they have like a space to feel seen and heard and appreciated. And of course, if there is any concern for mental health, that could definitely be something that I can support with as well. But you should always go and see a licensed healthcare practitioner. You should never just rely solely on social media to help you with your mental health. So I'm just gonna put this on because I cannot talk and put this on at the same time. I'm going to poke my eye. So Yeah, it's just really to build a space, and that is what my goal is. Also, you know, again, with what I was saying with the developmental stages, it took me years. It took me years to get to this place. So I feel like a lot of girls, young girls, think that they're supposed to wake up and they're supposed to have it figured out in terms of like body goals, hygiene, beauty, all this stuff. And I'm like, no, that's not how it is. It takes time. So I'm also, you know, I want to share some of the tips that I learned to, you know, take care of myself in terms of like beauty, just anything really that might help. I want to share that as well. Okay. Is there anything else that I need to, another topic that I wanted to talk about is y'all are going to, this content is really going to give a lot of big sis energy, so bear with me. Another concept that I wanted to talk about is the concept of social anxiety. So everyone experiences, if someone is experiencing social anxiety, they're experiencing it really based off of their own perception with reality. You know, the DSM-5 text revision, I believe it's like generalized anxiety disorder, and then there can be anxieties related to performance, like public speaking, things of that nature, right? There's agoraphobia, right? So there's different diagnoses for anxiety. But again, I'm not here to diagnose you. Please go to a licensed healthcare practitioner. But I do want to talk about, you know, feeling anxious to go in social settings. So I definitely know for me, I had to work really hard to be in social settings. It was interesting because for me, it was never related to work or performance. It was always related to meeting new people. That was just like really tough for me because I didn't know how that would go. And it was always me worried about like, oh my gosh, what if I act too weird? What if I act too quirky? What if they don't like my face? You know, like the weirdest things would really prevent me from wanting to go into social settings where I would have to meet new people. So that's why I'm always really big on, you know, pushing myself to go out there, even when I don't really want to. Because it's almost like a muscle that you have to keep strengthening. I have to keep practicing being comfortable meeting new people. It's not like I'm gonna wake up one day and just be like, all my life I've been an ambivert, but now I'm an extrovert. Even though I have heard that sometimes with different life experiences, someone might have started out as an extrovert, and then I've heard about some women after they give birth, they are like introverts, but they used to be super extroverted. So there are changes that can happen where you might start out one way and then like your personality changes over time. I have heard about that. For me though, I have to be conscious about trying to put myself out there and meet new people. So that's why when my event, because I try to go to events where I will be forced to meet people and socialize. So when this event was canceled, I still was like, okay, I still need to find a social setting to go to and be around people. So that's what I'm doing. So, you know, it's a work in progress. Nothing happens overnight. You just have to take it a day at a time and trust the process. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trusting the process, But what I usually do to make myself feel a little bit better is I like treat myself. If I'm like, ooh, I'm so proud of you for going out there and putting yourself in a stressful situation for you, go get yourself some cake. and I treat myself. I do like a Pavlov reinforcement. So yeah. So I'm just putting on some blush. Again, in my previous video, I kind of explained how I don't wear makeup to conceal my acne. I wear makeup to seem as if I'm putting in a little bit more effort than if I just rolled out of bed. But the makeup, again, has to, you know, be not super stimulating where I'm like, oop, this is too much. So this is it right now. And just a time check, we are at 16 minutes and 50 seconds. Another thing with coming back on YouTube is I have a low and a deep voice. It's not really deep. I have a sultry. I have a sultry voice. These are my quirks. These are my quirks that come out. I have a sultry voice, and I don't know if that is like, I can't change my voice. My voice is my voice. Oh my gosh. Okay, the big sis energy is coming out. I don't know if you watch Pop the Balloon. I watch it seldomly. But there was an episode where there was a Nigerian on the episode, and she has a deeper voice. She has like a more quote-unquote masculine sounding voice. And as soon as she came out, every single person popped on her. And that was really hard because, again, we're gonna keep tying it back to developmental stages. And I think she did mention that all her life, her voice was a little bit more on the deeper side. But can you imagine what if you went to sleep the night before and you had a very high-pitched voice, and then you woke up and your voice dropped a couple of octaves? You know, it's hard out here. I was like, ugh. It's hard out here. It is hard out here. So that is why I try my hardest to create a space where women feel somewhat seen, appreciated, and like they can be themselves. I'm not gonna use this, but I think I got this somewhere. Can y'all see it? It's like a body oil. It's a little body oil that you can put, obviously, on your body. I'm not going to use it. I love putting shimmer. I love putting shimmer on, but get into the oils. You put a little bit of oil on your wrist, and that's gonna actually, let me put a little bit on. You put a little bit of oil on your wrist, and then you spray that with perfume, and it allows the scent to last just a little bit longer. So, and it smells really nice. Okay, I hate putting on lashes, but apparently this is going to volumize my lashes. So let's put some on. I have to use Aquasoft anytime I put on mascara or lashes because I don't want to get a sty. So let me see if it looks good. Can you tell the difference? Okay, you can tell. Let me try this one. This eye is doing something that I don't understand, and I don't want to put too much mascara on. Oh! Y'all didn't ask for me to get this close up and personal, but here I am, all up in your face. And that is my clean girl makeup look. I don't know if it really made a difference, but if you're interested, it's e.l.f. It was okay. It's e.l.f. Big Mood mascara. It was okay. I don't really use mascara like that, so, you know. Okay, that's it. My hair is also natural. It is very natural, so you know, and I actually had a pixie cut. Like, I cut all my hair out. I cut all my hair off because I had dyed my hair. My hair was blonde at one point in time. I dyed my hair, then I cut it all off, and so I'm like slowly cutting off the ends, but you can see how hot it is because this is the inside of my hair that is natural. And I also do my silk presses myself. I had to learn how to do my own hair, so I'm hoping to share content like that as well. But that should just tell you how hot it is. That the whole back of my hair is completely reverting back to its natural state. So I think I'm going to tie up my hair and keep it away, because I'm planning to do my hair tomorrow anyway, and I don't want to keep applying heat to my hair. Yeah. Let me see if I can show any content of me going out. I'll be back. Hi everybody. I just got back from my outing and I am super tired. I'm going to clean up my makeup and then I'm going to eat my ice cream because that was a treat I got myself. I'm really proud of myself for still going out and you know, following through on what I said. I also don't know where to look, so it looks like I'm looking at you, so I'm really sorry about that. I'm gonna get better at that. I'm just kind of looking at the screen, like looking at myself, I guess, but I'm thinking I'm talking to you, but I'm not. I'm tired. I'm not making sense anymore. Okay. Until next time. Until next time.